Hi, welcome to yoga. I'm Krista. Let's get started. Remember to subscribe to my channel and go to my website kpoweryoga.com and sign up for my newsletters. This will be a Hatha practice today. We'll be getting into the feet a little bit and some standing postures, strengthening the ankles and the feet. And we'll also do some eye movements today too. It's really important that we're working with our eyes as well, keeping our eyes healthy. So let's begin seated. Find a comfortable seated position. Use a prop here if you like. If you find that you're kind of rounding back a little bit or it's not comfortable sitting in a cross-legged position, just elevate your pelvis. So elevate your hips. Sit on the edge of a thinner block or maybe a folded blanket just to tilt your pelvis forward a little bit and makes your back a whole lot more comfortable. Sitting up tall, close your eyes. Take a moment to just settle into your breath. Letting your breath flow naturally, but with awareness. Lots of benefits to having proper posture. When you're able to sit up tall, the breath can flow, the energy can flow, it's more comfortable, your internal organs are properly supported. So the main energy channel is your Sushumna Nadi that runs up and down the length of the spine. So when we're sitting up tall, then again that energy can flow unrestricted. On your next inhale, visualize or imagine your breath and the energy coming up the length of your spine, adding a little more length. And as you exhale, keep the length in your spine, but let your shoulders relax. Again, inhale, imagine, visualize the energy coming all the way up the length of your spine, adding a little more length. Exhale, soften the shoulders, keep the length in the spine. Continue in this way. When we do this breath work, sometimes we have a tendency to bring the shoulders up, so that's why I'm saying as you exhale, make sure you relax your shoulders. Get a sense now of drawing the energy up through the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, all the way up the Sushumna Nadi, all the way to the third eye, the Ajna chakra between the eyebrows. On each inhale. As you exhale, you can visualize the energy going back down the Sushumna Nadi. And as you inhale, draw the energy up through the Muladhara chakra, all the way up to the third eye. And then exhale, shoulders relax, breathe all the way out. Just continue in this way a few more rounds, spinal breathing. Finish the breath you're doing now, and then do one more full cycle. No rush. Whenever you finish, just let that go. Keep your eyes closed. Notice how you feel. Technique can help bring in a little more energy, clear the mind, lengthen the spine. And you can open your eyes. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead, bring your hands to touch. As you exhale, take your arms back just to shoulder height. So back a little bit behind you. Inhale, reach up, touch your hands if you can. Exhale, bring your chin forward, arms go back behind you a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just to shoulder height, so no further than that. Reach up, inhale, feel this in your shoulders. Exhale. One more like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, just take your arms straight out to the side, shoulder height, and then turn your palms down, relax. Hands to the knees, shoulders lift. Inhale. Exhale, let them drop. Keep your hands on your knees. As you inhale, come forward and right. Exhale, back and to the left. Inhale and exhale. So not too fast. Make the circle a little bigger as your body warms up. So finish this rotation. Come back up to center, reset, and we'll go the other way. Inhale, forward and left. Exhale, back and right. 2 more in this direction. 1 circle with each full breath. And coming up to center. Take an inhale here. We'll come forward first. On your exhale, walk your hands forward. Take an inhale there. Lengthen a little more. Now exhale, release. Try to relax your neck. If you're able to, just let your head come forward. Your head may or may not come to the floor. If you can bring the third eye area, the forehead to the floor, great. If not, that's fine. If this is not comfortable, or if you can't get your head down, another option here is to bring your elbows down, chin into the hands, and this can also help you to relax your neck. And if you can't get there, that's okay. If the elbows can't come down, you can just stay here and let the head drop forward if that feels suitable for you. As you're holding here, breathe. Try to expand the rib cage forward, back, laterally, so you're getting this nice deep breath that you can feel the belly pressing forward, feel the back expanding all the way down to the hips. And come up, walk your hands back. Notice which leg you have in front. Extend your legs, just give them a little shake. Or roll them, or just extend them, whatever feels good here. You can rub the legs, lots of different options here. And come back to cross leg with the other leg in front. Bring your fingers together, thumbs pointing up. Left hand goes under the right arm, right hand goes under the left arm. Let your arms just come down over your chest. Make sure once again that you're sitting up tall. So if you have a prop here, that's great. That can help you to lengthen your spine, to have that proper alignment. Close your eyes. Follow your breath for a moment. Notice how your breath feels. Follow the inhale. Notice where the inhale goes. Follow the exhale. When I say notice where the inhale goes, obviously we know the inhale is going down into your lungs. But notice where it feels like your inhale is going. See if you can feel the sensation of the breath moving up into the third eye. Head clearing breath, one of my favorite techniques. Great way to clear your mind. Great way to clear the fog. With practice, you may start to feel the sensation of this breath moving all the way into the third eye. Don't worry if you don't feel that. There's nothing wrong with you if you don't feel that. But just notice your breath. Notice how it feels. This can be quite profound, but everyone will experience it differently. Finish the breath you're doing now. And on your last inhale, so after this one, on your next inhale, really feel it. Notice how this breath feels. Exhale all the way out. Remember how that breath felt. Take your hands to your knees now, breathe naturally, and see if you can notice the difference. That can be great in the morning, or if you're just feeling a little bit stuck or a little sluggish, a little foggy, just need some clarity. Open your eyes. Take your arms out to the sides. We'll go back to shoulders now. So pay attention to my cues here. As you inhale, palms face forward, take your arms up, bring your hands to touch, pause, hold your breath, rotate so the backs of the hands touch, and as you exhale, press through the heels of your hands as your arms come down, and then release, chin to chest. Inhale, palms face forward, take your arms up overhead, hands touch, hold, rotate. Exhale, press the heels of your hands out, and then release. Again, inhale, hold, backs of hands touch, exhale. Continue a few more times at your own pace. Pay attention to the rotation in the shoulders. Really good for your shoulder joint. Continue a few more times. One more full round, no rush. When you finish, just relax. Take your hands to your knees. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice what you feel. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders up. Exhale, let them drop. Stick your chin out and then tuck it into the top of the collarbone. Keep your chin close to your chest and just gently sweep it side to side. Take your fingertips to the back of your neck. Head up, tilt back. Use your hands there to support you. Straighten out. Take your hands onto your knees. Inhale, forward and right. Exhale, back and left. It's a good idea to do this with each leg in front because you will get a different stretch, different sensation depending on what leg you have in front. Finish this full circle. Come back up to center, reset. Other way. Inhale, forward and left. Exhale, back and right. One more in this direction. And then coming up to center. Just pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you like. It's always good to take some time during your yoga practice just to breathe, just to feel, to notice. That's where the mindfulness really comes in, connecting mind and body through the breath. Take an inhale. On your exhale, walk your hands forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, come a little bit deeper. Same options. Forehead can come down. You can stack your fists under your forehead. You can just have the hands on the mat and let your head drop. Or you can bring your chin into your hands. So we're trying to let the neck relax a little bit here. So find a position that allows you to do that, as long as it feels safe for your neck. Walk your hands back. Extend your legs. And you can rub them, shake them, roll them, whatever feels good here, or just extend them. And we'll stretch into the hamstrings. So now sit with your legs straight. You may or may not choose to sit on a prop here as well. So if you're having a hard time staying upright, if you're kind of leaning back a little bit, good idea to have something to sit on to elevate your hips. So again, a blanket or a block or whatever feels comfortable for you there. So legs straight, sit up tall, just take your hands next to your hips. So into Dandasana. This is a fairly strong pose. Legs are straight, back is long. And if you're okay there, you can stay there. If you're finding this is too challenging to stay upright, just take your fingertips back behind you just to give you a little more support, especially if it's bothering your back, then you want to make sure that your back feels okay here. So we're going to work with the eyes a little bit. So either in Dandasana or, well, you're still in Dandasana, but you can use your fingertips to support you behind you if that feels better. If you'd rather come to a cross-leg position, that's fine too. So keep your head still. As you inhale, look up to 12 o'clock. I'll be using a clock here. Exhale, look down towards 6 o'clock. Keep your head still, look up, inhale. 6 o'clock, exhale. 12, inhale. Exhale, 6. One more like this, 12. Exhale, 6. Inhale, just come back to center, stay for a moment there. Now we'll go side to side, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So inhale 3, exhale 9, 3, inhale, 9, exhale. Keep going. One more. Come back to center, bend your knees, bring your hands together, rub your hands vigorously. So you're trying to create heat and warmth between your palms. Once you feel like you've generated some heat between your hands, elbows on the knees, bring your palms over your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Just feel the warmth, the energy from your hands on your eyes. So it's the palms of the hands that you're heating up here, and the palms of the hands that you place over your eyes, not the fingers. So straighten your legs once again. Finding your comfortable position, so hands next to your hips, hands behind you if you need a little support, or cross-leg if that feels better. So now we'll do a circling type of movement. Once again, I'll be using a clock to describe what we're doing here. So keep your head still. Just breathe naturally as you do this one. Look up to 12, center, 3, center, 6, center, 9, center. Again, 12, 3, you're going back to center each time, 6, 9. One more in this direction, 12, 3, 6, 9. Go the other way now, so 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3. One more in this direction. Come to center, just blink your eyes a few times. So now we'll do a circle. We'll do clockwise and then counterclockwise. We'll be going through all the numbers of the clock this time. So look up to 12, go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, keep your head still, 10, 11, 12. Come to center. And then we'll reverse that direction. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go back up to 12. Come to center. Bend your knees. Rub your hands together vigorously. Generate some heat between your hands. This time the eyes will be open when the hands come over your eyes. Keep your eyes open, palms over your eyes. Feel the warmth. And release. Extend your legs. Shake them out. And take your right leg straight out to the side. Bring your left foot into the right inner thigh. Turn your upper body to the left. Reach back with your right hand. Take an inhale. On your exhale, slide out. Bring your left hand to your lower back. Roll the shoulder and the elbow back. And just stay there. So just work at letting the shoulder open so you're getting more stretch into the right side of the body. Make sure that, or left side of the body, make sure your neck is comfortable here. So you don't have to look up if that doesn't feel okay. You can look straight forward or whichever position feels right for your neck. Feel your breath in the left side, so breathing into the rib cage. And come up. Switch sides. Bring your right foot in. Take your left leg out. Turn to the right. Reach your left hand back. Take an inhale. On your exhale, slide out. Roll the shoulder back. Drop the elbow back. Open up the chest. And coming up, take both legs out in front, and we'll shake. Bend your knees. Bring your knees in as close to your chest as you can. Wrap around and hold onto your elbows if you can, and then pull yourself forward. So once again, you're trying to sit tall. Hug the knees into the chest. You're trying to compress the belly here if you can. Good for your digestive system. Let's get the head moving just a little bit. So as you inhale, tilt back just slightly. You don't have to go very far. Pause for a moment, and long, slow exhale. Bring your forehead toward the knees. Inhale, tilting back just slightly. Be safe with your neck. Long, slow exhale. Again, inhale. Long, slow exhale. Keep going a few more times. If you can breathe into your legs, and by that I mean press the belly toward the legs with your breath. You're getting a little massage for the internal body. Last one. Bring your head up to center, extend your legs. Take your hands back behind you. Press into your fingertips. Try to squeeze the shoulders in toward each other. Lift the heart. So you're pushing the floor away from you, not leaning on your hands. Feel this in the shoulders, the chest, the lower back. And release. Bring your legs back in. So we'll do that same thing again, but we'll switch the arms this time. So wrap around, hold your elbows, and then just take the other arm on top. A little more awkward. Bring your knees in as close to your chest as you can. Sit up tall. Close your eyes if you like. Once again, we'll just work with that little head movement if that's okay for your neck. On your inhale, just tilt back slightly. Exhale, slowly bring the head forward. Inhale, slowly tilt back just a little, don't go too far. Exhale. Keep going. If this doesn't feel okay for your neck, you don't have to add this movement. You can just keep your head still. Feel your breath. One more time. Just bring your head to center, extend your legs. Fingertips back behind you. Again, squeeze the shoulder blades in, lift the heart. And relax. Come to your hands and knees. Move through cat-cow, but really slowly and mindfully. So spread your fingers, set up in table pose, so your wrists are directly under your shoulders, the knees are under your hips. On your next inhale, long, slow inhale into cow pose. Lift the heart. Stay there and take a little more breath in if you can. And long, slow exhale, slowly into cat pose. Rounding up, chin toward the chest. Breathe all the way out. Pause. Long, slow inhale. Drop the belly. Lift the heart. Once you think you're at the top of your inhale, see if you can take a little more breath in. Long, slow exhale all the way out. We usually have space for a little more inhale. So notice that on your next inhale, as you breathe in, once you think you're at the top of the inhale, just pause. See if you can bring a little more breath in. Long, slow exhale. Continue that a few more times. Pay attention to the breath and the connection to the movement. Do one more full round. When you exhale into cat pose, you can go back into child's pose. Just let your elbows rest on the mat. So nice relaxed child's pose. And if you have blood pressure issues, it's better to stay up a little higher actually, to stay up on the elbows with the heart lifted, or you can even bring your head into your hands if you like. So you're trying to keep your heart or your head above your heart if possible. Now walk your hands over to the right. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Press a little more into the left hand so you get more stretch down the left side. If you're not okay in child's pose, not everybody is okay here, you can do a seated side bend instead if that feels better for you. For some people, child's pose is not really suitable for the knees or the ankles. Always listen to your body. Come back to center and then to the other side. Breathing down the right side of the body. Back to center. Come forward. Take your hands a little bit further forward. Stretch your legs back so now you're into plank pose. And take your knees down to the mat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, come down slowly, part way, hug your elbows in. Inhale, push up. Exhale. Inhale, pushing up. Exhale. Inhale, pushing up. On this exhale, just come all the way down slowly and relax. Take your hands under your forehead. Bring your chin to the mat and take your arms down by your side. So your hands flat, or you can make a fist and have thumbs side down if your wrists don't feel okay in this position. Chin stays down, hands stay down. On your next inhale, lift your right leg. Make sure you don't rock your hips here. Keep your legs straight. Release, exhale. Left leg, inhale. Hold. Exhale, release. Pause for a moment. We'll do both legs. Lifting on an exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, both legs. Breathe. Inhale, release. Turn your head to the right. Relax. Back to center, chin down, lifting once again on an exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, both legs lift. Breathe. Release on an inhale. Exhale, turn your head left, relax. Come to center. Take your hands under your forehead. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs. Now we'll get the upper body involved here as well. So legs straight, arms reach back behind you. On your next inhale, lift upper body, right leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale, right. Exhale, down. Inhale, left. Exhale, down. Both legs. Option to interlace your hands if that feels okay. If that doesn't feel okay, just keep your arms reaching back. Coming up on your next inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release. Turn your head right, relax. Back to center. We'll do that one more time. Reach back. If you're interlacing, do what feels natural and then switch your hands to the awkward way. Coming up on your next inhale. So when you're ready, inhale, lift. Hold, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release. Turn your head to the left, relax. Turn to center, hands under your forehead for a moment, relax. Bend your knees, windshield wiper. Legs to the mat, hands to the mat, pushing up to your knees, into child's pose for a moment if that feels okay. If that doesn't feel okay, you can just stay on your knees and just bring your elbows down. And come up into table pose. Tuck your toes under. Bring your hands towards your knees. Lift your knees. Walk your hands towards your feet. Keep a nice deep bend in your knees. Hold onto your elbows. So you're trying to bring your upper body close to your thighs. You can sway here or shake your head. So this is not about your legs. This is just a little release for the spine, the lower back, the neck. And then from here, just bring your elbows to your knees. You're just coming part way up. And then walk your hands up your legs. So in Tadasana, feet hip distance apart. On your next inhale, come up onto your toes. Reach your arms up. As you exhale, lower your heels, twist to the right, arms open to the sides. Inhale, on the toes, reach. Exhale to the left. Modify here as needed. Inhale, you can change the arms if this isn't okay for your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale on the toes. Exhale to the left. One more each side. Back to center, up on the toes on your inhale. On your exhale, release. Bring your right knee up. And just circle the ankle a few times. Reverse. Another side, left knee. Reverse. So we'll work with feet and ankles for a moment here. So feet about shoulder distance apart, just a little wider than your hips. If it's okay for you, the hands can interlace behind the head. Just make sure you're not pulling on the head or neck here. If that doesn't feel okay, hands on hips instead. The knees will be a little bit bent here. So as you inhale, roll to the outsides of your feet, then exhale to the insides of your feet. Inhale, exhale. If you need to use a wall, by the way, that's fine, or a chair. One more each way. And release. Give your legs a shake. So same thing, hands behind the head or to the hips. Now as you inhale, up on the toes, knees are a little bit bent. Exhale, stick your seat back, lift the toes if you can. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, push the seat back, lift the toes. Inhale. Exhale. So you're just rocking forward and back on the feet. This can be quite challenging for the balance. Be sure to use a wall or a chair if you need to. One more time. Straighten out. Shake it out. So feet again, shoulder distance apart, hands behind the head or on the hips. Now we'll be going the same way. So one foot will go inside, one will go outside. So on your next inhale, both feet go right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale. If you have issues with your feet or ankles, then make sure this feels okay for you, obviously. One more. Release, shake it out. Hands on hips. Inhale on the toes. Exhale. Now the legs are a little bit straighter. Inhale on the toes. Exhale, push back. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. One more time. Release, shake it out. So we'll try now balancing just on the toes of one foot at a time. So hands on the hips. Wrap your left foot behind the right. This can be quite challenging, so again, use a wall or a chair if you need to. Up on the right toes, inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. One more, let's hold if you can. Come up on the toes of the right foot. Pause and hold for a moment if possible. Not easy. And release. Other side. Wrap your right foot around the left. Inhale on the toes. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up to hold if you can. Hold there for a moment. And release. Once again, just shake it out. Circle the ankles, whatever you need to do here. Feet hip distance apart. Start with your hands on your hips. So make sure you're well grounded in your feet here. If you don't feel very steady with the feet hip distance, you can take them shoulder distance. So hip distance or shoulder distance, whatever feels most stable for you here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, over to the right. Inhale, center, left exhale. Inhale, come to center. So you'll have your thumbs on your lower back here, pressing the elbows back, bringing the shoulders back, and then just lift the heart. So just a little bit of a back bend, not too much. Just focus on opening up into the chest and the shoulders, lifting the heart. On your next exhale, come forward with a nice long spine. Just stay there for a moment. So if you have blood pressure issues, you'll just come down to the elbows on the knees. Otherwise, you can keep going forward, lengthening, coming all the way down. Elbows to the knees, if you aren't already there. And walk your hands up your legs. So you can do that same thing again, a little bit less strong for the back with the hands on the hips. If you'd like a little more, we'll do this with the arms up. And when we come into the back bend, option to have your hands on the lower back in this position. If that doesn't feel okay for the wrists, then you can come back with thumbs on the lower back instead. So once again, feet hip distance or shoulder distance. Inhale, reach your arms up if you're going there. Exhale to the right. Center, inhale. Left, exhale. Four-way stretch, great for your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, either hands to the lower back or thumbs can be on the lower back. Take an inhale here, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come into your back bend. So when you come into a standing back bend, it's important that you're not dropping your head back. So the neck stays neutral. It's a back bend. And then when you come up, it's important that you don't lift with your head. So you inhale, lift with the chest, head comes last. Exhale, just come to that flat back to the partway position. Hold for a moment. Again, blood pressure issues, you can bend your knees and bring your elbows to your knees. Otherwise, take an inhale. On your exhale, keep reaching through the chest and come forward. Slide your hands down your legs. Now bend your knees, elbows to the knees. And walk your hands up your legs. So we'll do a balancing pose before we come back down to the mat. Lift your right leg, rotate so the inside of your leg kind of faces up toward the ceiling. Angle your toes down. Take your arms out to the side as if you're playing the flute. Thumbs and index fingers connect. And then soften the left knee a little bit. So your gaze is forward. Arms are to the sides. Legs are strong. Make sure the right foot stays active. Put a smile on your face. And release. We'll go to the other side. Left leg up, rotate. Angle the foot down. Arms now go out to the left. Soften the right knee. Breathe, smile. And release. Shake it out for a moment. Feet hip distance apart. Thumbs in the hip crease. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're just pressing in gently and pulling out to the sides a little bit to help you hinge at the hips. So fold over your thumbs just to halfway. Stay there, take an inhale. Exhale, again, coming forward, sliding your hands down your legs. Blood pressure issues, stay higher. Elbows to the knees. Push your seat back and just let your hips go side to side for a moment. It can help relax your back. And coming up. Hands to hips. Step one foot back, it doesn't matter which one, whichever one feels natural, and drop the knee. And bring the other knee down. So knees are directly under the hips. We'll just come into quarter camel with the toes tucked under. So same hand position here, so the hands are on the lower back. If that doesn't feel okay, thumbs can be on the lower back. Take an inhale here, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, come into quarter camel. You don't need to go very far. Make sure the hips are over the knees, so you're not leaning back, you're arching back. Inhale, lifting with the chest, not the head. Exhale, come into child's pose. Take your hands out in front, stack your fists, and bring your forehead to your fists. This just helps to keep your neck neutral. So with the toes tucked under in camel pose, we're also getting a little stretch into the feet. So now we'll go a little further into that stretch. So coming back up, tuck your toes under. You may like to reach back and make sure all of your toes touch the floor, and come back and sit on your heels. If this doesn't feel okay, if it's too strong, come forward, take some pressure off your feet if you need to, or you can come up onto the knees. Close your eyes if you like, take a few breaths. Generally not a pleasant stretch for most people, but it is a good one. Come forward, untuck your toes, just stay still for a moment, notice what you feel. Sit back on your heels if you can. So for some of you, this may be plenty of stretch in the ankle. It may not even feel okay to sit back on your heels, just depending on how your ankle joints are built. So if this is enough, you can stay here. If you're able to go a little further, you can shift back and lift your knees. If you feel steady, you can bring your hands to your heart. Coming back down, knees down to the mat. Come back to hands and knees for a moment. You can just tap your feet on the mat if you like. And then shift to one side, take your legs out in front. Take your right leg out about 30 or 45 degrees, so just off your mat slightly, not as far as we had at the beginning, so just on more of an angle. Left foot into the right inner thigh. Take an inhale, reach forward, lift out of your hips, turn right, exhale, come forward. Notice where you are in this stretch. We'll be repeating it at the end of this series, so just notice where you are right now. Keep the chest lifted, keep the legs straight. Coming up, keep your legs as they are. Take an inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Face center, inhale, twist left, exhale. Come to center, slide your right foot in a little bit, then take your left leg under. So you're bringing your left heel toward the right hip. Cross your right foot over, so your right foot is flat on the mat. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. Come to center, take your right leg back and stack your legs over to the right. So if you can, it's nice to put a little pressure on the bottom of the left foot here with the right foot, if that feels okay. So a little bit of a stretch for the left foot while we're doing this twist. Take an inhale, exhale, twisting left. Turn to center, take your left arm up, inhale, exhale, over to the right. So your right hand can just be on the floor. If you need something under your left hip to help you, that's fine. You can have a prop, especially if you're leaning to the left and this is a challenging side bend. If you're feeling pretty good here, you can bring your arms up, bring your fingertips to touch and look up towards your left elbow. Straighten out. Bring your right leg back over. So if you can, bring your body into cow face pose, so the heels toward the hips and the knees stacked. If you can't get to there, you can just come back to this position with the right foot on the floor, and then you'll just kind of lean into the right leg a little bit. So if you're in cow face pose, trying to stack the knees, hands can just come to rest on the feet or fingers between the toes. That's my personal favorite here, so you get a little bonus foot stretch. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, reach your chest forward over your legs. If your upper body comes to your legs, then you can bring the chin toward the knee. Otherwise, just keep length in your spine. So you can stay there for a few more breaths, or if you like, you can reach back and interlace your hands. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, once again leading with the chest coming forward, the arms can lift here if you like. Coming up, and release. And right leg goes back out, left foot back into the right inner thigh. Inhale, reach forward, lift out of your hips. Turn right, exhale forward. See if maybe you've gone just a little deeper into this pose. Walk your hands back, right leg in, left leg out. So we'll do that same series on the left side. So once again, it's out about 30 or 45 degrees. Inhale, reach straight in front of you, lift, turn left, exhale. Notice where you are in this stretch. Coming up, face center, take an inhale, twisting to the left on your exhale. Inhale, face center. Exhale to the right. Come back to center. Slide your left foot in. Bring your right leg under and then cross the left foot over. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist. Turn to center, stack your legs over to the left. Take an inhale, twisting right on your exhale. Turn to center, inhale, reach up, exhale, reach over. So same options, hand on the floor. You can bring your fingertips to touch, bend your elbows and look towards your elbow. Or if you need support, a prop under the right hip, or you can just push away with the right hand here if you need to. Straighten out. Bring your left leg back over. So if this is as far as you can go, you can stay there. If you're able to get to cow face pose, Gomukhasana, then you can stack the knees, heels toward the hips. Hands can come to the feet, or again, fingers between the toes here if you like. Take an inhale. On your exhale, leading with the chest and chin, forward with a nice long spine. If your upper body comes to your legs, then you can bring your chin towards your knee. It's a nice pose for the hips, but it's also about the internal body. The organs of the internal body get some stimulation here in cow face pose. Specifically the liver when the right leg is on top and the pancreas if the left leg is on top. Slowly coming up, if you'd like to move into chest expansion, reach your hands back, interlace, and then switch them so the other finger is on top. Take an inhale. On your exhale, come forward. This is just an option. You don't have to go here. And slowly coming out. Left leg goes back out. Right foot comes in. Use your breath. Inhale, reach, lift. Turn left, exhale, come forward. Notice if you've gone maybe a little deeper in your pose. Lock your hands back. Take your left leg out, right leg out. Give your legs a little shake. Both legs straight. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, come forward and hold. So think of reaching your chest forward over your legs, pushing the seat back so you're not rounding the back or dropping the head toward the knees. Keep length here. Lock your hands back. Take both legs out. One hand between your legs and one hand behind you. And just give yourself a little bit of a boost here. Make your legs nice and strong. If you need a prop, again, that's fine. Here you can sit on a prop. Hands just on your legs and just begin some small circles with the upper body. Coming up to center and go the other way. And coming up to center, turn to face your left leg, reach back with the right hand. So we'll come back into a side bend. If you'd prefer the version we did at the beginning, you can bring the left foot into the right inner thigh. Otherwise, keep both legs out this time. Turn to the left, take an inhale, exhale, sliding the right hand out. Left hand to the lower back to start with. Roll the shoulder and the elbow back. If you'd like more here, you can inhale the arm up and exhale, reach it over. Just make sure that you don't compromise your alignment and start to round forward. Those of you who would like even more, the elbow can come down to the mat And then you can reach toward the toes. Just make sure again that you don't round forward. You're still working at opening up here. Coming up, take an inhale, exhale, turn to face your right leg, reach your left hand back for the left leg, take an inhale, exhale, slide out. So starting with the right hand on the lower back, drop the elbow and shoulder back. It's always a good place to start, just so you can get that opening rather than rushing into your pose. So you can stay there, or the arm can come up on an inhale and over. If you're coming into this one, try to extend through the top arm rather than dropping the hand toward the leg. Try to reach. If you're coming further, then the elbow down, and then you can reach toward the foot. Coming up, take your fingertips back behind you, press into your fingertips, draw the shoulders back, lift your heart. So a little bit of a back bend, heart opener, chest opener, a little stretch into the inner leg. If that feels good, stay right there. If you'd like to come forward, hands can come in front, take an inhale. On your exhale, you can slowly come forward, only as far as your body allows. Make your way back to center. Take your hands behind your knees, slide your feet in, but keep them off your mat on an angle. Just round over your legs. And you can go ahead and come onto your back. So once you're on your back, just extend, give yourself a nice stretch here, and come to a neutral spine. Bend your knees so your feet are hip distance apart. Arms are down by your sides. We'll just come into bridge pose. Heels will be in fairly close here. Take an inhale and press down into your feet, lift up. Keep your hands where they are for this first one and just breathe. Make sure the inner legs are active here so the knees don't start to come open. On your next inhale, lift your heels. As you exhale, come down slowly with control, one vertebra at a time. Once the tailbone comes down, the heels can come down, relax. So you can do that same thing again. If you'd like to get a little more stimulation for the thyroid, then I'll take you into a different variation. But that will be your option, just to come back into bridge pose. If you'd like to get into a different variation, we'll start the same way. So on your next inhale, lift into bridge. Stay there if you're good there. Or you can lift your heels and take your arms overhead. And you'll feel that in the throat, a little bit of compression in the throat. You want your arms extended. I don't really have the space here, but you can extend your arms straight overhead. If that feels like there's too much pressure on your head and neck, just take your arms back down by your sides. As soon as the arms go overhead, it does bring a little more weight into the throat, which is what we're looking for here with the thyroid. But if that doesn't feel okay, then you don't want to go there. If the arms are overhead, take them down by your sides first. If your heels are down, lift your heels. Everyone should have their heels lifted now. Take an inhale. On your exhale, slowly make your way down. Tailbone lands, heels land, just relax. Take your feet out wide on your mat. Drop your knees in toward each other. Let your hands rest on the belly for a moment. Take a few breaths. Relax your hips, relax your back. Bring your feet back in. Take your legs straight up. So we'll come into quarter shoulder stand. So legs go straight up toward the ceiling. Your hips will stay, your pelvis will stay down here for this one. Quarter shoulder stand is an inversion, and it's a nice safe inversion for pretty much anyone. So to start with, let's make the legs active. So point your toes toward the ceiling, and then keep your feet pointed, but pull your toes back. So think of pressing up through the balls of your feet, not through the heels. So you're activating the fronts of your legs a little bit more here. Press the balls of your feet up toward the ceiling, and just stay there. Relax and breathe. So inversions are great. Inversions technically are when the feet are above the head. Sends a little bit of extra blood toward the brain. When we get into half shoulder stand and full shoulder stand, there's a few more precautions with those ones. The quarter shoulder stand is good for pretty much anybody. Stay in quarter shoulder stand, but now just let your feet relax. So your legs are a little bit more, your legs are still straight, but a little more relaxed. We're on our feet quite a bit, so just let your feet relax for a moment. Fold your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around. Just stay still. Make your feet active. Breathe into your legs for a moment. This is a nice little stretch for the lower back. Also good for your digestive system. Open your arms out to the sides. Take an inhale. On your exhale, let your knees go to the left. If your knees come down to the floor, keep your feet lifted and see how that feels. When you take the feet down, that's quite a rotation in the top leg here. If you keep the feet lifted, it's a little more of a neutral position for your back. Bring your knees to center, take an inhale. Your exhale, bring them a little closer to your chest before you take them over toward the right. Trying to bring them closer to the right arm here if you can. Back to center. We'll do that one more time. If you'd like a little more this time, legs can go up and open wide. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bend your left knee, sweep your right leg over, and you might be able to catch the right big toe with the left hand. Bend your right knee if it's straight. Come back to center, so the knees are into the chest. So again, you can do the first twist we did, just drop the knees over, or take your legs up and open. Take an inhale. Exhale, bending the right knee, sweep the left leg over, and you might be able to catch the big toe. And the left knee, if it's straight, coming back into center. Just hug your knees into your chest. Hands on the knees, circle a few times clockwise, counterclockwise. Take an inhale. Curl up on your exhale. If you can reach your feet, hold your feet. Try to bring your nose right to your knees into ball pose if you can. Releasing back, feet to the mat. Just stay with your knees bent for a moment. And find your comfortable position for Shavasana. So you can straighten your legs, you can bend your knees. You can take your feet out wide and drop the knees in, whatever feels comfortable for you. So generally, Shavasana is the anatomical position with the legs about hip distance apart, feet dropping open to the sides, and the arms, palms turned up a little away from the body. But it needs to be comfortable. Remember that Shavasana is a conscious relaxation. So it's not sleep, it's a conscious relaxation. So you want to feel what it feels like to be fully relaxed. So find your comfortable position. If you can turn the palms up, that's great. That's just helpful for receiving prana or life force energy. If that doesn't feel comfortable though, by all means change the position of your hands. If you'd rather have hands on the belly, that's fine too. So bring your awareness to your feet. Make sure your feet are relaxed. We did a lot with the feet today, so relax your toes, relax your feet. Just let the feet drop open to the sides. Ankles relaxed. Bring your awareness slowly up your legs, relaxing so the legs become heavier on the floor. The pelvis sinks into the mat. Soften the belly. Let your arms and your hands and your wrists relax so they're heavy on the floor. Relax the shoulders and your neck. If your neck doesn't feel relaxed, you can just gently turn your head a few times side to side and then come back to a neutral position. You can even take your hands behind your head, just lift your head for a moment, adjust the neck, and then place your head back down so your neck feels comfortable. And the jaw, forehead. Just let your head become a little heavier on the floor so the back of your head starts to sink a little more into the mat. So your whole body is heavy, and just notice how this feels to be relaxed. Start to bring your attention back to your body, your breath. Take your time. Bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. No rush. Gradually making your way out of Shavasana, so you can stretch or whatever you need to do here. Whenever you feel ready, roll to your side. Generally I say right side, but if right side's not comfortable, it's totally fine to go on the left side. If you roll to your right side, you're just opening up the left nostril, the lunar channel, so it's just a little more calming. And it gives a little more space for the heart as well. When you're ready, you can make your way to seated. Sitting up with your eyes closed. Let your hands rest on your knees. Close your eyes. Take a moment to notice how you feel after your yoga practice. Physically, energetically, emotionally. Notice the quiet of your mind. Hands together at your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.